In May of 2017, members of the Hicks Honors College at the University of North Florida had the opportunity to learn about the concept and implementation of social enterprises in Cambodia. Visiting and learning from the people that make them possible, we're here today to share a little bit more about one of our favorite organizations in Cambodia, the Green Gecko Project. The Green Gecko Project, based in Siem Reap, Cambodia, supports over 100 former street children and their families. Green Gecko provides security, education, and community to these children, enabling them to reach their full potential. Green Gecko firmly believes that the long-term success of each child is strongly reliant on having long-term solutions for their families, which is why they work to provide health, education, and vocational training initiatives as well. Even the name, the Green Gecko Project, points to the organization's values. The color green in Asian cultures symbolizes family, health, peace, and prosperity, and has a strong emotional correspondence with safety and stability. This project strives to provide these children and their families with this same feeling of security. Geckos are also the only vocal lizard species, which equates to the voice the project tries to give the children in their programs. Geckos additionally receive no parental care, which is sometimes the type of environments these children come from. The Green Gecko Project is the unlikely brainchild of Australian-born Tanya Palmer. Palmer's journey in Cambodia began in 2004 when she impulsively booked a flight to Siem Reap after seeing an article about Cambodian orphanages in a magazine. After working to help the children of Cambodia, she returned home to Australia, but she didn't stay away long. By February of 2005, she had moved to Cambodia to continue her work. This time, she focused her work on the street children. With the help of her partner and later husband, Rem Poum, she began to feed the street children at local restaurants. However, she soon felt like this was not enough and began to educate them as well. Because of the prejudice against street children, the schools wouldn't teach the street children with the other students. Palmer Poum had to rent out a classroom and teach her specifically for the street children. Despite the limitations, this proved to be a success. By October of 2005, the Green Gecko Project got its first headquarters, a small ex-police station that they leased. Although they began without any running water and little else, they continued to expand. Today, the Green Gecko Project headquarters sits on 1 acre of land. The Green Gecko Project has come a long way from its humble beginnings. In an effort to help the 32 families of the geckos overcome poverty, they now offer an array of services, one of which is a women's village, which provides 7 secure homes for green gecko single mothers and those at risk for abuse. In cases when living with their parents isn't a possibility for the geckos, the project also has established sibling houses. That is to say, they support adult siblings so they can care for their younger siblings. The sibling houses operate in a kinship care model where the boys live upstairs and the girls downstairs, and they share chores. The Green Gecko Project has a similar system for the original geckos that were already old enough when they started school, and are now too old to live with the other geckos. To further their goals, the Green Gecko Project provides community outreach through a number of programs as well. While at the Green Gecko Project, we learned that most of the money the children earned while begging didn't go towards food or other basic needs. Instead, it often went towards fueling their parents' alcoholism, gambling, or other addictive behaviors. To help solve some of the underlying causes of child begging, the Green Gecko Project provides alcohol and addiction counseling to the families. By the same token, they also provide domestic violence counseling to help numerous gecko families escape the cycle of violence and abuse. The Green Gecko Project makes sure that all families are well cared for. They work to help the families with nutritional support, rental assistance, educational support for siblings, health and medical care, and women's health workshops. Moreover, in an effort to stop child begging at its root throughout Siem Reap, they work to protect and raise awareness for children facing abuse. In the same way, they educate young people throughout the city on adolescent sexuality and relationships. Clearly, the Green Gecko Project's outreach has a strong impact not only on the kids they serve, but the community as a whole. However, the most important thing the Green Gecko Project does is educate the children. The children partake in classes that include topics like the environment, computer skills, English, and living values. The students also learn real-world skills outside of the classroom by doing things like growing their own food, helping with the cooking, giving guided tours, teaching younger students, participating with the soccer team, movie club, and much more. Through all the services and programs that are accessible to Green Gecko kids and their families, it is no surprise that the project leaves a huge impact on their lives. For Kim Suwon, one of the first Green Gecko kids, the organization has shaped not only her life, but made her passionate about others in similar situations. In her words, "For me, I dream to have my own NGO one day, so I can help other beggar children change their lives, just like me. For the first time, I feel excited about my life." The Green Gecko project is still largely reliant on in-kind donations. On their website, the project offers numerous ways to give to their efforts. These options include becoming a corporate sponsor, purchasing Green Gecko gifts and merchandise, making a one-time donation, running a fundraiser of your own, or becoming an official sponsor. Sponsors are able to fund fresh meals for a week, an overnight stay in a hospital, or even buy an entire house for one of the families. Rehash Trash is the social enterprise component of the project. Although it is fairly new, it is expanding quickly. By selling the crocheted and upcycled goods of Rehash Trash, the Green Gecko project is beginning to transition their dependency on external donors. Rehash Trash is also teaching Gecko moms a craft skill that not only empowers them, but allows them to spend meaningful time with their children at the Green Gecko facility while still providing a livelihood for their family. Our time at the Green Gecko project taught us the significance of the interaction between social enterprise and culture. Khmer culture was evident throughout the organization. The students were taught Khmer literacy, as well as the traditional form of martial arts, Bokotor. The Green Gecko headquarters even features a shrine and a picture of the Cambodian king. Even the organizational structure of the Green Gecko project, which relies on community-based living, is a reflection of the culture of Cambodia. We believe this integration of Khmer culture is one of the keys to the project's success. Not only did we learn how the Green Gecko project has incorporated Khmer culture, but also how it's a response to a uniquely Cambodian problem. The child begging and cycle of abuse and addiction in the children's homes is a result of the psychological trauma the Khmer Rouge had on this society. As we learned, most of the Gecko fathers are former foot soldiers of the Khmer Rouge and as a result have been conditioned to be violent. The influence the Palmer's Western culture had on the Green Gecko project is also evident. This can be seen in the way that geckos are divided into groups based on age. Each group has a leader who is chosen democratically by a popular vote. Clearly, the project is instilling democratic ideas into the children's lives. This is impactful because it will affect how the next generation will interact with its government. Green Gecko has done a phenomenal job growing their organization, especially in the past year. While they have recently opened a new storefront in Siem Reap to better market their Rehash Trash goods, they could focus efforts on improving their online presence and shopping options. Their new storefront opens them up to the market of tourists in Cambodia, but a more navigable and appealing online presence and store can open their market internationally. As Green Gecko continues to evolve, it would also be great to see better integration of the Gecko fathers into the programs they offer. Currently, the majority of programs focus on the actual children and their mothers. Lastly, clearer avenues for Green Gecko children to move into teaching or leadership roles on their campus should be a part of their long-term plan. As of 2017, Green Gecko's leadership is comprised largely of Westerners, particularly from Australia. Integrating more Cambodian locals into their leadership and administrative positions would enable the project to benefit this community on an even deeper and long-lasting level. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Green Gecko project. If you would like to learn more or find out how to sponsor a child, you can visit their website at www.greengeckoproject.org or follow them on Facebook at Green Gecko Project. Thank you for watching. Akuntran.